July 13th, 2024. A typical campaign stop for former President Donald J. Trump turned into a national nightmare. At precisely 6:12 p.m., as Trump addressed thousands of his supporters at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, a bullet fired from a distant rooftop struck him. Not in the ear, as it did in our reality, but squarely in the head. He collapsed instantly. Panic erupted. Secret Service agents swarmed the stage. But it was too late. Donald Trump, 45th President of the United States, businessman, media mogul, and political firebrand, was pronounced dead on arrival at Butler Memorial Hospital. The nation stood still. Like and subscribe for more. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell for more history documentaries. Please watch the video till the end, as good interaction would help the performance of the video and the growth of my channel massively. How did it happen differently? In our timeline, Trump survived the assassination attempt thanks to a slight tilt of his head. The bullet grazed his right ear. But in this alternate history, that minor movement never happened. Perhaps it was the wind or an unplanned pause in his speech that gave Thomas Matthew Crooks the perfect shot. The margin of difference was a single inch. Crooks, a 20-year-old with no known affiliations, had used an AR-style rifle and fired from a nearby rooftop. In both timelines, he was quickly neutralized by Secret Service agents and local law enforcement. His fate, death on the scene, remains unchanged. But with Trump dead, history instantly veers onto an unfamiliar and volatile path. Shockwaves across America. The nation reacted with a mix of grief, rage, and disbelief. Protests broke out in major cities, some peaceful, others not. Millions gathered in vigils across the country. Mourners draped in MAGA hats and Trump 2024 banners flocked to Washington, D.C. and Mar-a-Lago. Right-wing media called it an act of war against America's values. Left-wing commentators urged calm and national unity, but many faced backlash for past rhetoric. Online conspiracy theories exploded. Was Crooks truly acting alone? Was it politically motivated? Foreign-backed, the FBI and Secret Service launched full-scale investigations. But in this reality, no simple answer soothed the nation's fury. President Biden's response. President Joe Biden addressed the nation from the Oval Office hours after the news broke. This is a dark moment for our country. Political violence has no place in our democracy. Donald Trump was a former president, a political opponent, yes, but also a fellow American. Jill and I offer our deepest condolences to his family. His tone was solemn, his message one of unity, but the political fallout was immediate. Just 8 days later, on July 21st, 2024, Biden made a stunning announcement on X. After deep reflection and conversations with my family, I am suspending my re-election campaign. It is time for new leadership to guide us through this uncertain time. In both timelines, Biden steps down, but here, his decision is not driven by political pressure or age, but by a desire to de-escalate the spiraling political crisis. A funeral fit for a president. Donald Trump was laid to rest in a full state funeral, the first for a former president killed in office, or during active campaigning since John F. Kennedy in 1963. The ceremony took place at the Washington National Cathedral, attended by world leaders, every living U.S. president, and millions watching from around the globe. His casket was transported via Air Force One, temporarily redesignated as Special Air Mission 45, to Mar-a-Lago for a final private service. Flags flew at half-staff for 2 weeks. MAGA supporters referred to him as Saint Donald. Memorials sprang up in cities, small towns, and social media profiles nationwide. Who leads the Republican ticket now? With Trump gone, the Republican Party faced a massive dilemma. His chosen running mate, Senator J.D. Vance, stepped forward as a logical successor. After deliberations and negotiations within the GOP, Vance was confirmed as the new presidential nominee during an emergency convention session. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis was tapped as his VP pick, a symbolic reunion of two wings of Trump-era Republicanism. Vance, relatively unknown to moderate voters before the campaign, took on a somber, unifying tone, promising to carry the torch of Trump's legacy and honor his mission to restore America. Election 2024, Vance versus Harris. With Biden out of the race, Vice President Kamala Harris became the Democratic nominee, a historic first for a Black and South Asian woman. The general election became one of the most unpredictable in American history. Emotions ran high. Turnout was record-breaking. Vance narrowly defeated Harris, winning swing states like Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Arizona on a platform of law, order, and honoring Trump's legacy. The martyrdom of Trump had galvanized the base like never before. The long-term impact on America. Trump's assassination created a political and cultural rupture in American society. His legacy, once polarizing, became mythologized. Statues, memorials, and books recast him as a populist hero, a man killed for telling the truth in the eyes of many supporters. Vance's presidency ushered in a new era of populism, nationalism, and political division. Many of Trump's policies were reinstated or expanded, including a controversial immigration overhaul and renewed isolationist foreign policy. Dissenters warned of Democratic backsliding. Meanwhile, domestic extremism saw an uptick. Political violence became a growing concern. The FBI reported a sharp rise in threats against public officials across the spectrum. Trump's place in history. In this timeline, Trump joined the ranks of presidents like Lincoln, Garfield, and Kennedy, leaders taken by violence and remembered as symbols of national transformation. His flaws, scandals, and controversies didn't disappear, but they were softened by the circumstances of his death. In the decades that followed, schoolbooks painted him as a complex figure, both beloved and vilified, but undeniably one of the most consequential Americans of the 21st century. Conclusion: the bullet that missed by an inch in our world changed the course of history in this one. Trump's death reshaped American politics, society, and culture in ways still felt generations later. Alternate history reminds us how fragile democracy truly is, how quickly one moment can redefine a nation. What do you think? Write your opinion and version of the story in the comments below. Please be polite and kind. If you want to know what every US president's favorite food was, click on the video on the left. Thanks for watching.